I am a big dog lover. In fact, I have a dirty secret. Do you know what?
No.
Okay, it's an app where you can like drop into people's houses or walk their dogs or take care of dogs. And I do that on the side and no one knows because I can just like run my full loan business, but like hang out with dogs all day.
What? So this is kind of like if you know, now you know, behind the scenes. Now, hold on. Let me ask you another question to that. Do you pick up business because of?
Yes.
Ooh.
More importantly, though, I'm able to pass business.
What's up, everyone? We're super excited for this episode because not only because we have the one and only Emma on the show, and if you need a loan, she got you. And she's in a couple different areas. Let's see where Emma's at right now. So Emma, how long have you been in the business for?
I got licensed in 2019.
2019. Okay. And you have, what is it? Arizona. Where are we at here for all the locations that you serve?
Arizona, Oregon, Washington, California, Colorado, and most recently added Florida.
Yay!
Boom. Let's go. Let's go. And who are you with? You're with Ford?
Yep. It is a small boutique firm, but we partner with major investors that everyone's heard of. Rocket Mortgage, VIP Mortgage.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So I'll bring you all up to speed. So Jen is the one that connected us with Emma. Let's go. I went to their actual open house, Dope House, Toll Brothers. And that's how we met. And then Jen's like, why don't we get Emma on the show? I'm like, okay, cool. Let's get her on the show. And here you are. Super excited. Welcome. And then we have some news as well, because if people have been tuning in, almost 500 episodes, crazy. We had Dan Gandy as a co-host, and now we're changing things up. And what do you think, Jen? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, of course.
Are you ready to co-host?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask the good questions, the questions that only you can ask Emma, so we can make this interesting for our guests and viewers and listeners?
Are you ready, Emma? That's a real question.
Make me cry.
Ooh, I like that. So Emma, I saw on your Instagram dogs.
Yes.
Big dog lover?
Mm-hmm.
I am a big dog lover. In fact, I have a dirty secret.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what Rover is?
No.
Okay, it's an app where you can like drop into people's houses or walk their dogs or take care of dogs. And I do that on the side and no one knows because I can just like run my full loan business, but like hang out with dogs all day.
What? So this is kind of like if you know, now you know, behind the scenes. Now, hold on. Let me ask you another question to that. Do you pick up business because of Rover?
Yes.
Ooh.
More importantly, though, I'm able to pass business. So, for example, I have a veterinarian in one of my small business networking groups.
Okay.
And I'm able to send her business because I meet all these people with puppies and they don't have a vet. So I can be like, hey, go talk to Andrea with Amethyst Vet.
Dude, that is huge. I'm gonna hit the button.
That's actually really awesome.
That's super smart and strategic. And I think that individuals out there, like, we're on real estate versus technology. Yeah, technology is a part of it, which obviously Rover is online, right? But like just connecting over something as simple as dogs.
Yeah. And too, like, this is kind of a side off story from this.
You're good.
So I had connected with this lady. Very, very nice. She just went through a divorce and her like 6-year-old is in remission from cancer. Like all at the same like year she's going through this.
Oh my gosh.
She got gifted a puppy,
Aw.
a golden doodle. But she's like, how am I going to deal with 2 kids going through a divorce? Just moved into this house. I like want to take this dog because my kid, has been asking for a puppy. And the reason they gave her the puppy for free is because they had a kid with a similar cancer who passed. So she's like, I have to take this puppy, right? So we connect, we find each other. So I've been helping there. I go over there twice a week. Long story short, I end up going to a golf event with my company, Forward Loans.
Yeah.
It's for a nonprofit, and her son actually, she ended up seeing me on the nonprofit's like Instagram story.
Interesting.
And her son was actually part of that nonprofit. So what they do is they take sick kids in like these really cool cars and drive them around the racetrack. Have you ever heard of it?
Yo, no.
Okay, I need to figure out what the nonprofit is called because it is super, super cool.
Dude, we can get behind that.
Is it those supercars like the Lambos?
Yes, the ones that I posted on my story. But yeah, she was like, wait a second. She's like, that's my dog sitter. She's like, is this you? I was like, yeah, that was me. My company sponsored that. So.
Dude, that is so cool. So is it just a company that does that for the kids, or is it like just general public, like people with their cars bring them there to take these rides, or how does that work?
I think the nonprofit has like all of these really ridiculous, cool cars, and then finds these kids who are sick or what have you, and
dude,
let them go out and have a great time. It seems really, really cool.
We're gonna find that out.
Yeah.
That's like a full circle moment too.
Yeah, it was like such a small world connect. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. That's super cool. That's awesome that because it seems like you do like to give back and serve and support and help. And that's where was like the beginning of just growing up? You love dogs. How did that even come into like how you're doing what you're doing now with it?
Well, we bred German Shepherds when I was younger, so we always had dogs. And then my parents divorced very, very young, and my mom worked a lot. And so I've just always been around dogs. And again, like full circle, now my significant other travels for work constantly. So all I have are my dogs.
How many dogs do you have?
I just have two right now. Mabel and Margot.
Aw, what kind? Boy, girl?
They're girls. They're both English bulldogs.
Okay, that's cool.
They're so cute.
Really?
So cute. You got to see them.
Oh, I love that. So I'm curious how you two met, because your teacher got into real estate. You can check out Jen's podcast on the Liftoff Experience. We'll put the links down below. But like,
I actually mentioned Emma in that podcast.
Yeah, she did. You did. So you'll learn more about Jen there. But how did you two connect?
So let me see. How many years ago? Was it like 2 years ago?
It was like 2.
Yeah, probably like 2 years ago. I was very fresh in the real estate business.
Okay.
Green. So yeah, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just go put my business cards at random places.
Love it.
Put my business cards at Coffee Rush. And then all of a sudden I get a call from Emma. And she was like, hi, I'm Emma, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
you just called her randomly?
I am charged. Woo.
Side note, squirrel moment. We just got some Reds and tea. Shout out to the wifey, the one and only Reds. And Emma is like, my medical profession said.
My naturopath said I need to drink tea. I was like, ugh, girl, that's not happening.
And she comes into this house, and my wife's like, that's all she does for a living is tea. And she gives her this tea, and she didn't spit it out.
No, it's actually not bad. It's a little hazelnutty, a little chocolate. It's like Nutella tea.
Ooh,
Nutella tea.
That is actually a good.
Yeah, that's a good description.
It could be. We could be like rebranding right now.
Yeah, Nutella. You owe some money.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, I'm not a Nutella person. I got matcha.
Yeah, she's doing the matcha. She's like, I'm good. Matcha's my jam. She tried, and now I'm drinking the rest of hers. So I have 2 cups. I'm really going to be freaking lit. So,
sorry.
Yeah, you're good. So you just randomly called her because you saw the business card on the board?
Yeah, I worked at a call center beforehand. And if you don't know, there's really 2 kinds of loan officers. There's a call center loan officer and what I call a real loan officer. So a call center loan officer, you sit there all day and you essentially just wait for incoming leads that your company buys. You get paid a very minuscule amount and you don't really have any relationships with anyone. A real loan officer is when you bring in your own business. You have to connect with realtors and network. And so I too wasn't a new loan officer, but I was new to being self-generated and owning my own business. So I thought same thing. Well, what am I going to do? Go leave my business cards. And then I noticed, wow, there's a lot of realtors leaving their business cards. I'm going to start calling these people. Yeah. And
let's go.
She answered. So, and then I blew her off.
You did?
No, wait, well.
Yeah, no, I definitely did.
Yeah, actually, because
keeping it real over here.
she called me, and then I think because we set up a appointment, and then you said like something was happening, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to call her. Like then you said, yeah, you did blow me off, because I remember, because I was like telling my boyfriend, I'm like, I don't know why she scheduled this appointment with me, and then she just cancels last minute. It was like really last minute, like probably 30 minutes before we're supposed to jump on,
shit.
On a Zoom call.
You weren't high on the level yet. Like there's like priority levels, and you're like lower on the totem pole. So you probably had to like build that equity.
Yeah. But then what happened was that then she was like, I'll buy you coffee or something, or like, I'm so
Make
sorry.
it up for you.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, sad news. Like, I'm actually still a teacher, so I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then we tried to like reschedule. And then I was like, does Zoom work? And then she was like, sure. And I was
We
like,
can make it work.
I was like, and I told her, it's like, the only time I can actually Zoom you is during my lunchtime. Is that fine? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And
How do you get your coffee?
How did I get I never got my coffee.
Oh, hey, spoiler.
Awkward.
I think Emma owes Jen some coffee.
Yeah.
But then I also owe her lunch too, so.
Oh, well, then maybe that counterbalance. And so it's just like
we always buy like shit for each other all the time, and we're like always sending it to each other's house. So.
That's cool then.
Yeah. Like that's why I'm like, oh, it's fine.
I love that. That's super cool.
Yeah. So, and then we jumped on the Zoom, and then I was like, she's kind of weird.
She's kind of weird.
It's okay. Whatever. And I just went along with it. And then obviously it's like one of those times when then obviously fast forward, I got a business. She wrote me handwritten notes, which was really, really cute. I was like, I actually still have it.
You're like,
I do. It's funny because it still says like your what is it, VIP mortgage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So and then I needed a loan officer. And I was like, oh my God, my regular loan officer is not answering. What in the world's happening? Like, what? And then I call her, and then she answered. I was like, oh my God, hi, I need some help. And then we just kind of like became really good friends from there.
Boom. Just, hey, need help. So, you know, my person's not showing up. So answer your phones out there, okay? If you're not answering your phones, I don't know how many agents I call. They don't answer their phones, or they don't text back. And it's like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, get someone in the Philippines. That's who we work with. And just make sure someone can answer your phones or call you. I don't know, whatever. But that's super cool.
Yeah. And then she also like really like in the process, like little by little checked in on me too, and would like give me feedback on my social media. She'd be like, you're doing such a great job on social media. Like keep posting. And I would like ask her questions about that too.
A real one over here.
Yeah. Like she definitely really helped with my social media and like start everything.
Well, actually a real loan officer, not one of those, like I get the Loan Depot people try to call me. They're like, that's like the ones behind the desk you're talking about earlier. I'm like, I get that call all the time. Loan Depot, this and that. Like, no, I'm at 2.75. I ain't answering none of your fucking calls. But I love how you're supporting and helping. That's what a lot of loan officers do to the real ones.
Yeah. We, and actually Jen had never been able to take advantage of it before because she was a teacher, but something else we do is every Thursday at our Phoenix or Gilbert office. I'm sure you've seen a little bit of like the videos on my Instagram. Yeah. I'm not Instagram famous or anything, but the videos are nice quality.
Yeah. Micro famous? I don't know.
Microdose.
Ooh.
Yeah. So every Thursday, Gilbert Phoenix office, we switch on and off, but we have a videographer that comes out. They'll shoot the content, edit it for you, and then just ship it back to you. So it's, you know, if you're a real estate agent and you're not using social media, like even if you think I have a double chin or my voice sounds raspy, same girl, but like you got to be doing it. You know what I mean? She said I was weird. I'm not weird.
No, she's not. Now that I got to know her, she's actually.
Emma. I'm just Emma.
No, she's very, very helpful, and she's very like. Very no, I don't want to say weird.
I'm weird.
Just very, very helpful. And like she's very like willing to offer support in any way as possible, because obviously if I win, she wins.
Of course.
And then if we win, then our client win.
And you can tell the difference with someone being genuine, who gives gives two shit, and someone who's just like, well, your transaction volume and the numbers and looking at your past your past production, like I don't know if you see that in title, like especially before COVID. This is a long time ago, but before COVID, before you can actually, this was actually before that. This was before like 2008 when you could like loan officers mainly was a title could like buy lunch or buy you ball tickets or whatever else. So it's kind of clicky, and now it's like, well, you can't do that anymore. It's like, how are you showing up for the person
Yeah.
instead of it just being transaction and just because you're trying to get something from them?
And it's crazy. Like, sorry to like go down the rabbit hole
You're
again,
good.
but like I had a title person who would send me screenshots during like waste management of how many realtors who don't even send her any business.
Yeah.
Which, if you know what title people make, it's nothing, or little to nothing. Like,
Yeah.
right, they have to do a lot more business compared to a realtor or a lender. Long story short, realtor, lender, message. Hey, free tickets to waste management. Hey, can you give me tickets to hey, and it's just like, it's such a take, like, what are you going to do for me so that I send you business?
Yes.
It's like, whoa. I mean, I've even had recently, I had a realtor partner say to me, like, well, when are you going to start sending me leads? And I kind of was like dumbfounded. It's like,
Whoa.
do you know how many realtor partners I work with? Like, respectfully, I would love to, but like, do you know how hard it would be to supply you with leads?
Hello.
Like, yeah. So
wow.
Very, very interesting. I obviously can and do pass leads
Of course.
to realtors, but you know, it's I can't pick any just one. So
no, I think it needs to be more organic. It's one thing if like you're at this event and then there's a person and then it's just like divine intervention. You're like, oh, well, you know, you're here. Yeah, you two connect, right? Like that's more organic. But I think when someone's trying to ask for it, it's almost just like, whoa, like it's almost like when someone's too pushy and you're like, dude, like you just slid into my DMs. Like, whoa, get off my jock here for a second. Like, slow down a little bit. Like, you got to warm up before you just jump into the bed here. You know?
Calm down, big boy.
Calm down, big boy. I mean, I get that shit too. I'm like, whoa, dude. And so, yeah, I think that it's like, and I get the same thing with real estate, like agents saying like, oh, I can help you with buying a home, selling a home, this and that. I'm like, I appreciate you, but I have so many real estate professionals we serve at Liftoff Agent who sponsors our show here, Real Estate First Technology. I can't just like, here you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I do give referrals. Like my neighbor, Ashley's just right down the street. She's with YPA Young Professionals Network and her husband's Joe and he's a loan officer. And so I've sent her business because I've had referrals that I'm like, should I get licensed? But referrals that get sent to me for Arizona. And I'm like, well, I'm not licensed, so I'm going to refer them out. No. I love you all clients. You're amazing, but Jen's probably going to get those because she's a part of our team at Liftoff Agent. So we're going to, you know, help you out with that.
And then she's going to probably jump on that loan too. So it's
exactly.
It's just like organically, we just all win.
Yes. Which is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think just like you saying, it's like, I guess the words I was looking for is I always, when I refer out, I do it based on personality type. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only going to connect someone if I think you're going to be a good fit.
Yes.
Like, my dad is looking at buying a second home out here. My dad is insane, you guys. I couldn't just send him to any, like, he makes every single person uncomfortable. I couldn't send him to a female. God, I would have to be on the phone with her every 5 minutes apologizing. Like, he is intense. All right. So, like, there's just very specific people that you have to refer and people to. And that's just the nature of the beast, right?
Oh my God. Well, that's the thing that we talk about on the Liftoff Agent side is that, like, you can't, it's like, you want to work with someone that you know, like, and trust, but someone that, like, they say like what, like attracts like, someone that you actually would like to talk to, work with. Cause it was funny. I was talking to Smith. He's our co-founder at Liftoff. And he's like, you know, you might not find someone in the sell side that's going to like all the things that you like or social media. And Jen and I were talking about it. I'm like, both like cars. We're both on social media. Like, we have similarities. I'm like, haha, I proved you wrong. I found someone. You know, it's true. You can.
Yeah. And organically.
Yes, very organically. Oh, yeah. And by the way, like you said earlier, on social media, on stories. I met Jen basically, not really because of social media, because we got referred. But it was
Coffee Rush too.
Oh my God, Coffee Rush.
What was his name?
You need to go to Coffee Rush, dude, and like
that's literally
give those owners a shout out or something.
Yeah, that's literally my what do you call it? My place of changing, my transformation place, I would say.
Interesting.
That's where I got my first teaching job.
Really?
Yeah, I met the principal there, and then a week later,
Which one is this one?
The one on Gilbert and Baseline.
I'm gonna have to go check that place out. I haven't even been there. What?
So yeah, I got my first
Interesting.
teaching job from there when
Okay.
I first got out of college. I met
Nice.
the principal there actually, and then a week later he hired me on, and because I graduated like in December, so
Yeah.
teaching world like going in mid-year is kind of
Okay.
hard.
Okay.
And then obviously I met Emma there,
Yeah.
and then I met the guy that referred me to you as well too a year ago. Funny story.
That's crazy.
Like everything is just like that's my place.
I was telling Jen that she was like our prospect at Liftoff, and then now I'm paying her. What the fuck? Talk about the roles switching out. I was at Costco yesterday talking to my wife about that. I'm like, well, I'm paying her now. No, but we appreciate you, and I appreciate this opportunity to explore with one another. It's super cool. But yeah, I think that people need to start thinking about like power of social media. Stories are great. That's how we connected. I literally was just like, hey, y'all, like, I'm looking to grow this sales department. Like, I'm looking for this, and this. And then I did like the little box with like, ask me a question. And she's all, what does it look like? And then we went back and forth. And then during spring break, we like spent that week exploring. And she's like, this is cool. And then here we are with Emma on the podcast, which is freaking cool. I'm actually excited about like doing an event together or doing something fun together.
Yeah.
We need to.
Yeah, absolutely. We love events. Jen and I have been going back and forth trying to figure out one.
We come up with an idea and then we're like, yeah, we'll totally do that. And then like, it just, I don't want to say it falls apart, but it just like life just happens.
Yeah.
And I think all we got to do is we just need to be like, this is what we're going to do and just commit to it.
Like just pick that date. Like, okay, it's 2 months out. Pick the fucking date. Okay, cool. And then we're going to meet like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Iron all the details out. I think the one thing that like it's a miss for events, not to go down this whole rabbit hole, but it's not organized in a way where it's just like, here's your printout, here's what we're going over, here's what you're responsible for, and this is what your takeaways are going to be, and then this is your outcome.
Yeah.
Like a client close off social media in 30 to 60 days, and like get them to like, you could say manifest, like this will happen if you follow this shit,
Right.
So who knows? More to come. You'll have to find out what we do as far as an event.
Yeah, no, I know. My head's twirling thinking of ideas.
Right?
There's a lot of different stuff. We just need you realtors to actually show up.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I know like I've had one idea where, sorry, I know you're thinking, but I'm like, oh, I've had an idea.
Go ahead.
I know I've had an idea of how like people are always like, oh, real estate agents, I should say, real estate agents are always like, oh yeah, I need to go get more leads from Instagram. But there's not really like a blueprint at all to be like, hey, look, this is the blueprint. This is the exact thing you have to do. And like, because right now I'm actually in the process of building up my exposure for my new Instagram account at Jen with Liftoff. And I'm going through the process as okay, like what do I have to do in order to not to grow even my following on there, but just the exposure and to get out there. And I'm like doing little things little by little. And I'm like, yay. I mean, even yesterday to today, I only got like 4 new followers. I mean, I say only like very loosely, but like
better than none.
Yeah. But I'm like, but in the past, it's always none.
Yeah.
So then I'm like thinking it's like maybe we do like an event or something where we can give them the blueprint of, hey, look, this is how you gain more exposure. So you can attract the people that will buy and sell with you, that do have that personality type with you, that you just mesh very well together.
Yes.
And then I was even thinking that Norman could even like teach a bit of the class as well too. And then literally right after that, get that videographer in and be like, hey, look, let's do one reel right now.
Yes.
So it's like an immediate
I love that.
Social media event.
I love that. What do y'all think? We show up, let go. No, but I was talking to Jen yesterday. I said, it's not even about, you don't even have to post a damn thing. It's more so about how you interact, from stories to commenting on the story, heart the story. And then you look at the comments on a lot of these posts. It's just like emojis. If you sat there and you like fucking watch the story or watch the reel and you're like, like, let me comment with emotion. Like, let me give them 4 sentences, not just one emoji. And you move them emotionally. With emotion comes motion. And people forget what you said and did, but they won't forget the way you made them feel. So you make them feel something. They'll be like, whoa, okay. Like, damn, who's this Jen person? Like, she actually like, yeah, it does suck. My cat died. And yeah, I do appreciate the fact that you spent that time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not funny.
That is, I know it's not funny. It's not funny. And actually my friend's cat just died as well. So
yeah.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Yes. I'm about to say, we're looking at each other like, oh my God.
There you go. Yeah, and to be like, just to piggyback off of that, like that's actually how we've got a majority of our leads is like from social media, like with Josiah and Michaela, who was a social media lead,
Okay.
and Paul and Stacy was a social media lead. Like, it's like so.
Well, she took advantage of a niche. I mean, being what is the correct term? Is it Native American?
Yeah.
Okay. Being Native American. What tribe?
Navajo.
Yeah.
She was on, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like a Navajo Facebook page. And that was like really a big part of your business, or maybe still is, but
I mean, our current clients are from there too. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's the thing, is just like connecting with individuals that are like-minded, whether it's like cars, golfing, shopping, clothes, tribe, whatever it is, language. And I think sometimes, and I want to, on this take, I'm curious to hear your take on this, Emma. What's your thought process? Because you hear it all the time, and this might be you out there, especially new agents. Who do you work with? Anyone and everyone, right? And then now we're talking about niching down. And time to go over my goals. So I have an alarm that goes off 3 times a day to go over my vision board. So when you think about like, okay, niching down, like what we said, like, oh, like your tribe, your vibe creates your tribe, like Navajo, like talk with them. What's your take on that? When someone's like, oh, I work with anyone and everyone, do you suggest like, hey, niche down? Or like, how would you navigate that, especially when it comes to social media?
2 parts. I think don't separate yourself too much, but find something quirky. So what I mean by that, I don't agree with people who talk about politics. Like I have this one loan officer who is very opinionated, and every time I go on Facebook, I know exactly what I'm going to see from her. She is so in your face. And it's, to me, I think, why do you do that? Because you're automatically offending 50% of the people around you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good look. So that's part one. However, I do feel like, or I'll also say that, like, as a loan officer, I'm not trying to do everything. Like, I do some quirky loans. Like, I'll do a bank statement loan, I'll do a down payment assistance loan, but you're not going to see me trying to do a reverse mortgage. It's not something I'm going to try to learn. I have a lady for that I refer out. Her name's Kelly. She's great.
Awesome. Shout out Kelly.
Shout out Kelly. If someone has a construction loan, those can take like 12 months, sometimes like a year or more to build a house from the ground up. Like, I mean, just getting the documents to start building the blueprints is time consuming.
Yeah.
Also something I'm probably not interested in. And I'm not going to try to learn everything. I think people should stay in their lane a little bit and find something that they really love or that pertains to their life. But also be vague enough that you still can interact with everybody. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like for me, I always say, I like to make a joke and say, I know I look like I'm 12 years old, because I'm like, I know I look like a baby. Every other loan officer, for the most part, is like a 50-year-old white man. And so I know I'm a little bit different than the norm. And so that's mine. Is like, I want to work with young people, people that are confused, don't know what's going on, maybe don't have the right credit or, income or down payment situation. But that's not to say I wouldn't work with someone buying their second home and who has 20% down. I would love to work with them. In fact, their loan is 10 times easier than the people I mentioned. But those are my people.
I love that. And then you could do content around that. Like, hey, are you confused and have no idea how about your first home? Or are you confused and know how about your from your first to your second home, and like what that process looks like? Well, this video is for you, and you go into it, whatever, however you want to hook. And we're working on our YouTube content right now. I've done like 150 videos, and we have a coach now. He's one of our referral partners for a Liftoff agent. And it's just like, dang it, like the hook, it's off, like shit needs to change. But it's so true, because then you can attract, and like, who you want to attract, which is great. And a lot of times with like the younger demographic anyway, it's not everyone, but they're more open and coachable. I feel like sometimes people get a little older, they get kind of rigid a little bit. And you're just like, and then when you are younger, do you ever get this shit, ageism? They like kind of like put you in this fucking box, and you're like, just because I look like a baby doesn't mean I don't know shit.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the people that I meet with that are also young, we all say the same thing to get people to work with us. So we say this, we say, yeah, we've got a whole team of people back at the office. They've been doing this for probably as long as I've been alive. So don't worry, you've got multiple sets of eyes on your file, blah, 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 blah. Right.
Love
like
it.
that's what we all have to say. I was just meeting with a financial advisor. She's in her younger 20s and she's like, oh, I have to drop that line every time. There's no way someone would trust me with their life assets.
Yeah.
Like they just wouldn't. They
Yeah.
need to know that someone who has wrinkles is also looking at this.
Hey, if you have wrinkles, all love, okay, at the end of the day. But it's interesting. You start to see it now more than ever before. How many millionaires, multi-millionaires are there out there now who are in their early 20s, outperforming people that are older, just because, not to go too far down this rabbit hole, they've kind of been a little indoctrinated into a system that maybe has been premeditated by the powers of be to it be a certain type of way outside of like today you come into the house and you're like, whoa, this is super different and quirky and the whole nine. Yeah, because my wife and I are not traditional at all. We're very out there, very different. That's why you fit in perfectly. Welcome home.
Thank you. I love it. I know. I was just looking at you didn't have your shoes off, and I was like, "Can I take my shoes
See
off?"
your shoes off, and my shit are painted. I got painted toenails too.
That's incredible.
I was at Costco yesterday and I overheard this little family, and they're talking about like painted toenails and like guys. And I literally was just like, "Yeah, it's the same price too. So why wouldn't you get your toes painted?" And they're like, "Right?" And I said, "Yeah, I have mine done." And they're like, "Oh my god." That's so crazy. We need to go get a lottery ticket now. I'm like, go get a lottery ticket. Like, it's good. Yeah.
That is hilarious. You're
Yeah,
like,
you can take off your
"Thank
shoes. You're good. And we're on Unleashed, so drop bombs, whatever. It's all good. Make yourself at home. It is what it is. It's cool.
Yeah.
So Jen, what is a dirty little question now? What is a question? What is a question that you want to ask Emma? I'm curious that you haven't asked her yet since been working. How long have you been working together for?
Probably like 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you've been wanting to ask, burning inside that you haven't asked her yet? We're on Unleashed.
Yeah. I want to know your first initial thoughts of me.
Ooh. Dang. Is this going to be G-rated or are we going R here?
I have to really think. I'm like,
what was it? Was it from the perspective of the business card? Was your face on it? Or was it from the perspective of the first Zoom meeting?
Probably the first Zoom meeting.
First Zoom meeting. Okay, you're meeting her in Zoom. Imagine the time.
I would say I was like, you're for sure a teacher.
Ah.
That's like a good thing. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like I can just like, I was like, oh my God, this girl is optimistic. I'm like, I am like a freaking thing of burning hot lava compared to her. And she's like, everything's rainbow happy. Everything's rainbow happy.
Oh, I remember you saying that too with our
everything's giddy lovely. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yin and yang over here.
Remember you said that when we did that that transaction for Josiah Michaela. You're like, you're like, how are you so happy through all of this? You're not even stressed out. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and
that transaction was
wild.
I used to live in the dirt. Okay, when you come from the dirt, nothing stresses me out.
Probably true.
Dude, that was the first thing I thought too. When I first met her, I was like, there's something about her energy that's very attractive. She's just so chill and bubbly and happy. I felt the same thing. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. And some of the best salespeople I know are like that. Like shit just like bounces right off them. And they're like,
yeah.
Squirrel. And I'm like, I'm like in my closet, like hyperventilating, like, oh my God, no one's ever gonna work with me again. I'm a horrible person. Oh my God. I'm gonna yeet myself into Tempe Town Lake. She's just like everything rainbow happy. Everything.
That is so true.
It's so true, but she'll probably outlive us all too, because she's just so freaking chill. That's the thing. It's like if you guys are out there stressing over the small shit, it's like if you can't control it today, then guess what? Don't make it stress out today. You can focus on that shit tomorrow.
True that.
That is very true.
That's freaking awesome. But that's probably why you guys work so well together. Because my partner and I, Smith, like they're like, how do you guys work together? Like I'm the bubbly, rainbow, sunshine, happy guy, and Smith's like, yes, okay, like no words. And then it was funny. Dylan was like, hey, so maybe we can all do a podcast. Good luck getting Smith on camera. Like he came here and podcast. No.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
He was like,
yeah.
And then I was telling Norman, I was like, and then I'm right in between you guys.
She is
a little bit of Smith and a little bit of Norm together.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like throwing her in the deep end. I'm like, hey, Jen, you want to be a co-host on this podcast? Hey, Jen, you want to do this, send out these Loom videos, all that shit? She's like, sure.
I guess.
But then when you see my ADHD finally like skyrocket, then I'm going to be like, oh, wait, what happened? Like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Have you seen that part of me?
No, I'm like, I don't. Well, I do know you're just really creative. That is one thing about, I don't know if you've seen her, like, she can like build like a pamphlet. Like if you asked her a question, she'll build you like a pamphlet on that question in like less than 35 seconds.
And then she'll forget it.
And then it will be color coordinated. And like, I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like the weirdest thing. Like I could be like a very, very super type A, but I'm also like a type B. Maybe I'll just make my own type, like a type C, a blend between both.
Okay, we're making blends of types of personalities here. I mean, you could do that shit with T, so what else personalities?
She made giant ribbons for front doors. She was making front doors look like Christmas presents at Christmas time. I was like, who are you?
There's actually an agent, and shout out to Mika. She is the red bow agent. And she does that shit all the time.
Wait, no way.
Yeah, she puts red bows on. Yeah, and she was actually on the show a while back. Yeah,
mine was gold.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Burn.
Whoa. Okay, but no, I mean,
mine was gold.
But it's something like that. So simple, and that's what I feel like in real estate, and that's why I love what we do at Liftoff. I love what you're doing. I love the ribbons. It's like, let's not make it so stuffy. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Let's open up and chill and like do something fun. Like, you know, it's like, where do we lose touch? And everything has to be so fucking SOPs and KPIs and sign here on the dotted line and best of luck with your 30-year mortgage. No, it's like.
Yeah, no, I get it. I was just thinking of my friend Danny. She was laying on my bed, slamming her fifth high noon. I might have had a couple too, but I was taking a client call and just explaining something quick. And she goes, wow, I really wish I would have had, or I really wish like more people knew that like you were out there. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And she's like, well, you know, you're just not like a typical lender. Like you're just very like cool the way you talk. Like you're not stuffy. You're not making people feel like nervous. Like you're just like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. You know, like do this. No.
Yes.
She's like, it's just very, I don't know. It doesn't feel as stressful. And I was like, maybe I should change my name to Not Your Typical Lender.
Ooh, Not Your Typical Lender. I like that.
I'm not going to, but
well,
nice thought.
Mine's Mr. Liftoff.
Where did that come from?
Great question. So in my 20s, I was Stormin' Norman. That was an interesting journey. And then it evolved. And I used to go by, I'm Norman Lloyd Kinsey III. So it was like real NLK3. And people try to like sound that shit out. They're like, I was like, no, it's abbreviation. Don't try to sound that word out. And then I was in the Philippines. And on my right calf, I have the Filipino flag. And then I'm going to get the American on my left one for like one step in America, one step in the Philippines. And they're like, oh, we can give you another little tiny tattoo. And I have like this little rocket ship right here. It's kind of like in like the symbol of the Liftoff agent in the center. And then I have a little alien guy. The alien guy is the same guy that's on our Liftoff experience. And then Mr. Liftoff came up out of nowhere. And I was just like, so it was birthed out of the Philippines randomly. And I like to help people lift off. And now we have the Liftoff experience, Liftoff agent with Mr. Liftoff. So it's just something different, right? And so I don't know. That's why when you come here, it's like, I want you to come here and be inspired because it's different.
I don't know why. I just have to say it. Like, I'm hearing Mr. Liftoff, but like in an accent I can't quite place. Like, Mr. Liftoff.
Ooh, I like it. That reminds me of Men in Black and the little fucking alien guys. It reminds me of those little guys. Dude, I love that.
Oh my
You're just
gosh.
gonna wake up in the middle of the night. Easter leaf.
No, you need to make that your ringtone.
Dude, that I should do it. I'm gonna have you record it. I'm gonna have your voice recorded, and I'm gonna just have it fucking go off. I'm just gonna say that shit.
Me, Easter leaf, stop.
There you go.
Me. That's just gonna be when Jen calls.
Yes.
I love
Only
it.
under my name.
Did she actually talked about making beats? She's like, man, I should.
Oh,
Make,
yeah.
I think feel like I want to make some beats in here. You ever make some beats? I'm like, no, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, I could see myself again having a casual 1, 2, 5, 6 high noons out there,
We could do that.
and then coming in here and just
Having our own house party.
We could do that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we could have some more tea for Jen. She's not a big
Yes.
drinker.
Yeah.
I'm already lit, dude. I tell you, I'm feeling lit already from that. And I had
Yeah.
2 cups. Thanks, Jen.
I like the pineapple one.
We
Better?
can do a matcha teeny.
Matcha teeny.
I don't know. I just made it up. But
We're
I
gonna
bet
make it up.
she could do it.
Oh, matcha teeny. So you have the matcha, the pineapple matcha, and then you have like pineapple schnapps or pineapple like vodka, and then you just mix it in there. You won't even taste that shit. Next, you know, Jen's like freaking jumping in the pool off the roof or some shit.
I honestly would love to see you a little.
Loosey goosey.
That would be fun.
Little.
I've either seen her a little tight or just midline. I'd say right now she's about midline.
She is midliner now.
If I could get her just right here,
Okay.
oh my gosh,
Okay.
I'd get her bending over backwards.
Well, hey, we could set it up here. Let's
Mhm.
make it happen.
I might end up buying a horse.
Significant. Oh, there
I
you
ended up
go.
buying
She's gonna end up buying another Louis Vuitton. We need to
Or
slow
that.
Yeah, where's our Louis? Oh, the Louis
Oh,
back there. You
yeah.
can't see it right now. All
For
right.
those
Well.
of you that don't know, she is a purse collector.
She's bougie.
Never been, but
Very bougie.
I've learned about it and I was like, ooh, let's go. And then I was like, these are pretty. These are pretty.
Okay,
And
so
then-
how many do you have?
I actually have, let me see, 2 bags, like
Okay.
actual bags.
Okay.
And then I have a little, like a key, not a key, a card holder.
Okay.
And I also have like one of the perfumes. And I've also gotten my boyfriend the wallet, a belt, and his cologne as well. We actually have like a collection at home. So
Super bougie.
yeah, we don't take it out as often because I was telling I'm like, I don't want to say I'm bougie, but I'm bougie. I'm like so bougie that I even have a Louis girl, a sales associate that I can text and be like, hey, we're gonna come in on this day. Please clear your calendar, kind of. And we'll be coming in. And then she'll text me back to be like, is there anything you want to look at? Is there anything you like? Like, just send it over. And I just sometimes go on the website and then
That
I
is
take a
bougie.
screenshot and I send it to her.
That's a different level. Like, shout out to you. It's all good. You guys have that too? I don't have that shit.
And I actually am like, he doesn't know it yet, but I'm like besties with the guy that paints at the Scottsdale Fashion Square Louis. He usually paints on the purse. Like me and him are besties now because we were just one day just talking with him and I was like, oh my God, let me know more about you. Like, who are you?
So you have two assistants, huh? You have one for the bag and one for the custom Louis paint.
Yeah. And I was telling my boyfriend, I
Wow.
was like, the next purse I want to buy is I want to give it to him and be like, okay, I want you to go crazy with it and you do whatever you want. It's like, because that's how
Whoa.
much I trust you.
All right. Well, hey, let's make it rain. I got you. Let's just anyone. Jen's looking to help you. So if you're looking to upgrade or lift off your online marketing, hit her up so she can get more Louis.
Please support her custom painted Louis Vuitton purse.
Yes.
You're accepting donation. Her Venmo is JA.
I was like, oh, you're gonna spell my name correctly? What?
I actually have her Venmo information. No. Send it over today. That's freaking awesome. I love that.
No, only if I like to call it only when I have FU money. So like then I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like, but
It's
usually
just like buying your horse.
yeah. Or
I would get a mini.
That'd be dope.
a mini horse.
Dude, I would let it in my house.
I was literally thinking that.
I have always wanted, first of all, let me just say, having English bulldogs is probably the closest thing you can get to having a pet pig. There is constantly, I won't go into details. It'll someone watching feel uncomfortable. They're sick, you guys. They smell like Fritos. They fart, burp. I mean, they're just nasty little things. I love them. Nonetheless, I
love the nastiness.
want a pig. Like,
Okay.
you know, like those
They're so much fun.
micro pig, and then they're like not actually micro pigs. They turn into a huge pig because, like, I don't even think a micro pig's a thing.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't care if it turned into like a huge honker. I want it. I want it in my bed. I want it watching me while I go to the bathroom, not in a weird way, but
I
you know
love
how your
that.
dogs like follow you to the bathroom like that, like just waiting for me.
Yeah.
Like, waiting for me while I'm in the shower, waiting for me to drop a piece of cheese casually. And I would give him sweet potatoes and scratch his butt. Like, it would just be a really good time.
So, true story. My father-in-law used to live off the marina in California, in Pittsburgh, California. Cliff Notes, where I was born. And the neighbors had a fucking pig. It was a micro pig turned out to be a big old pig. And it's like literally a giant pig that just hangs out in their backyard and comes on over. We give it a little food and like it's their pet pig.
I love that. Yeah, if you haven't been to, I think I'm going to butcher it, Hoon Copy. Such a cool place. They are a nonprofit as well, but they have just a bunch of farm animals that have been like abandoned or were bought and then not wanted because they were not micro. Horses that were like way overworked. So it's a great, great place. But they work with like veterans or
that's cool.
Kids with autism. So very, very cool place. You can go check it out. But they have a bunch of pigs that were all bought, supposed to be micro pigs, and then given back because they were not, in fact, micro pigs. So
I'm going to take all of them.
You know, it's those bougie people. I'm not going to say anyone, but like those bougie people that just expect one thing, it turns out to something else, and they're just like, I'm over this shit.
No, I would actually take all of them. And then my boyfriend be like, why are all these animals here? What? And I'll be like, okay, we're going to go take it to the res then. Where there's more room.
I love whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Yeah, teach their own.
Everyone needs a home. You know,
I even try to convince my boyfriend if I could bring a lamb back to from the reservation to the city and then grow.
You have lambs?
Yeah, like lamb, LAMB, lambs.
Got it. Okay, all right.
Like,
Do you like? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you like cut the fur or like blankets and shit?
So we have a theory in my family is that we don't butcher the lambs we raise.
Okay.
We would buy it from someone else and then butcher it. And then, then you butcher it. And then you take the sheepskin.
Yeah.
Make it into a rug. And that's how I actually used to sleep.
You said you don't, you will get it from someone else.
We would buy it from someone else.
So you can't raise your own and then butcher it.
Yeah, because it's just weird.
No, I actually think that's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you do hear a lot of, I mean, you've all seen Wilbur or Charlotte's Web. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually kind of fair because, like, I definitely don't want to see them chop off little Wilbur's head before I eat my sausage.
Too much emotional connection there.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, it really... It is kind of crazy to think about, like, how when you think about how sad it actually is, and yet we just all like are slamming meat, not even thinking about it.
We're not, dude. Actually, so my daughter's little friend was over this week, and we made her pizza, and it had pepperoni on it. And she's like, "Oh, I don't eat pork." And she's like, I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You should have told me before. We would have took it off before we like baked it. Now you have all the fucking grease all over the shit." And we're like, "Oh, is it religious reasons? And why do you not eat pork?" She's like, pigs are my favorite animal. And I don't want to eat pigs because I love them so much. Speaking of the fact that you were just talking about this whole thing about pigs. And so it's just because she loved pigs. And she's like, I don't want to support that because I love them. They're my favorite. I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute.
Oh, that's so
adorable.
Sweet. I didn't know that pepperoni was pork for a really long time.
Isn't that fucked up? We're like, man, this is so delicious. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
pig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard pigs are really smart too, though.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back on the reservation, my uncle actually used to have a pig, and it would run over to our house and then get our food, get our because obviously we don't have like indoor plumbing and all of that.
Yeah.
And so any leftover food, we would just take it outside to the dogs to eat, and the pig knows, so the pig would come over and eat some, and then go back across the road back to his house.
What that? That is hilarious. Hey, you know.
I have a picture of it on my Facebook somewhere. And then it's funny because like that's on my mom's side. And then someone on my dad's side commented and they were like, let me go catch the pig and I'm gonna eat it. I'm like, no, leave him alone.
Leave that pig alone. Wow. Man, what time?
Leave that pig alone.
I was
Look
gonna.
at his
Wait,
neck
what is
light.
that song?
Dun, dun, dun.
Leave them alone.
Oh, leave those children. What is it?
Leave those kids alone.
Yeah, leave those kids alone.
I love that song.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
we're gonna have to. What
Can
is
we
that?
listen to that?
Who
Leave
is
those
that?
kids alone.
What is it? All right, we gotta
Have I
look it
heard
up. Let's see here.
I don't know. It's like
I like music.
I feel like
Leave those kids alone.
my dad would play that song. I feel
Right? Let's see.
Leave those kids alone.
Which one is it? Is it this one?
You're like, what are you talking?
They still deserve our respect.
Nope. That's not it. The hell that one is. Leave those kids. Was it 2021? No.
No, it's old.
It's very old. I don't even know. Where is it at?
Leave those kids alone.
I can't even think of.
Dun,
Let's see here. Who
It's not
sings? If you know, tell us in the comments below if you know who it is. Who
Clearwater Revival?
who sings?
I don't
Sings.
know.
Who sings the song?
Or just have Emma sing it through the phone and maybe she's
Leave those kids alone.
Is it Pink Floyd?
oh,
That is
Is it 1982 Pink Floyd?
that has
it
to be
might
it.
be.
Yes, this is it.
Is this it?
Stone Chip.
Is this it?
Fast forward it. Yes, it is.
This is definitely 80s here, huh? I think we might have to fast forward here. It's like 5 hours later.
You're going crazy.
This is like a movie.
This
The
still
hell
isn't
is
it.
That no, that is not it.
Well, at least we have my version of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Leave those kids alone.
It's gonna go viral. You're gonna go viral just on that part.
Found it. We found it. It's Pink Floyd. It's Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Oh.
We found it.
You can tell.
In the classroom.
In the classroom.
Alone. Hey,
Teacher.
leave us alone.
Oh, okay.
Now
Now,
you get
I
it?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I got
it's about
it.
you.
It's about me, my past me, my Gen 1.0.
So little did our viewers and listeners know that this is exactly how you don't make real estate stuffy.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
No, it's so fun because like we 500 episodes later on this show, and it was so like real estate and technology and how to use the real estate for technology, blah, blah. And it was so like kind of structured.
Mhm.
And then I launched the Liftoff Experience, and it's like personal development, kind of like Joe Rogan. It's more of experience than a podcast, which is now, this is kind of the DNA here, right? So good luck, Jen. But it's like, this is how I feel like it should be. Everything is so just like nope.
Mhm.
Man, I left that podcast thinking like anything is possible. Rainbows and sunshine,
Or you
fucking
just
pigs.
do it.
And now we're going to watch Pink Floyd.
They're like, what was that?
What the hell did I spend the last hour of my time listening to? I don't know.
Building very strong relationships.
Yes. Now
Exactly.
they're going to be like, dude, you're going to get like 5 DMs and 5 new leads.
They're going to be like, I didn't learn anything about mortgages, but I have a pet pig.
I love that. I love that. Well, then let's ask you this question. When you do navigate from your perspective to make it fun and different and the Emma version, when you give education about like a loan program or whatever else, like how do you navigate that?
How do I make it more fun?
Yeah.
I would say, I always tell people, first and foremost, like, I know that I'm helping you take out one of the largest debts probably in your entire life.
Very true.
And that's scary. And I'm not going to leave you alone in the dark
Mhm.
Ooh.
during that process. So, and after that process too.
The dark's scary too.
Yeah, the dark is scary. Well, it
Mhm.
depends what kind of dark we're talking about.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
Up to your imagination, yeah.
Sorry, Alex. That's my boyfriend.
It's all good.
He's not dark.
But you played in the dark, I'm sure.
This is unsolicited, right?
This is Unleashed, so it's
All right.
Okay.
Anyways,
anything goes.
yeah. So I would just say I kind of lead with that and say that I know that it's really scary and intimidating
Mhm.
and that it's okay for them to be scared and intimidated. That they have my direct cell phone line. They can
Mhm.
call me at night. They can call me in the morning. They can call me on weekends. And I
Wow.
just want them to think of me as a friend who knows a little bit more about mortgages than the average person.
Ooh, I like that. Let's go. I like the approach too. I was talking to Jen about this. Like, we'll meet people for like a strategy call, whatever, at the top agent. And it's not so like stuffy. In today's meeting, we're going to be going over A, B, C, D. Like, just like
Uh-huh.
ask fucking questions. Like, hey, how are you doing today? What's going on? Or like talk to them like you've known them forever. And then next thing you know, I don't know how many times you've done this. You just call someone, you're like, oh my God, hey Stephanie, isn't it like beautiful outside? How are you doing today? I was just thinking about this, and then they just like open up like you're like best friends.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people try to go by a script, and then it makes it so instead of just being like, hey, what's up? How's your day? What's going on? And they open up to you. My wife says this shit all the time. Like, everyone just opens up to you and tells you their whole life story. Yeah, because that's just how I am.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, whatever. Like, come on over. I'll give you a tour of the house. Get on the podcast. Have some matcha. Like, you want to go jump in the pool? Fucking, I don't care. You know, let's have some fun here. But it's so true. Like, to go deeper of like, hey, call me when you want. I got you. I just know a little bit more.
Yeah. Yep. Open book always. And I also just come from like a very non-judgmental place. You know, I try to read people out to know how much to share, but I
Yeah.
really am like super transparent. Like
Mhm.
Me
if
too.
I hear people sitting there saying like, I have a bunch of debt, like I did this happened. I'm like, listen, my parents claimed bankruptcy twice.
Oh,
Okay. Or I understand. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I did not come from some cookie cutter happy story. So like I've been through the shits as well.
Yep.
I'm not gonna judge you
Yeah.
or your financial situation, anything that you have going on. Tell me and like let's work through it. Let's figure it out. I'm not perfect.
going.
No one's perfect. We're all
No.
just
Yeah.
we all just people, baby.
We all just people, baby. No, I'm right there with you. All this shit, we're cycle breakers. I come from nothing. He went through a lot of shit too. And that's why I like the wild people. They're like, what the hell? Like, whether it's hospitality or Mike, how does it go? Su casa, bi casa, whatever that one goes.
Casa mi casa.
There you go. There you go.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, she's like, I have no idea. That's why yin and yang here. And so it's like, whatever, just, you know, and then people will then put their guard down and be like, whoa, okay, got it. And the next, you know, Emma's going to be at your house watching your fucking dog.
Or talking to you in the middle of the night.
How are
Uh-oh.
you doing? It's
What did I
okay.
say I was going to say to you earlier? Oh, mystery. Oh.
That is so funny.
Oh my God. This is going to be a rolling joke next time we go through this
Yeah.
process. I love that shit. That's freaking awesome. I can't wait for our next event. No, it's cool. And then that's why it's like, as a cliff note, okay, we're all working on building our relationship here.
Mhm.
So now you come into the house, now you see the vibe, you know what's going on with Jen and I. You come on the podcast, now we vibe out, we know each other. It's a different level. So now we're like, all right, we're gonna do this fucking event. What are we gonna do? We already kind of talked about it, but we spent an hour together on the podcast. Plus, because we're having some tea, we're getting lit. And then it's like, all right. Well,
She's like, what is
I'm gonna go
this?
this way.
what up? She's like, I'll hold it for, oh, you want me to hold it
Oh,
for
yeah, I'll
you?
hold
She like,
No, my native in me is like, is this tobacco? Just kidding.
What is this? We call those business meetings. Did you bring the notes in the PowerPoint presentation? Okay, fantastic.
There you go.
Extra tight roll, fantastic. Okay, longer on the burning process, fantastic.
she's like, huh?
What?
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, she would be so
I'm
like that.
I am though. That's
And then
the
she'd be on
funny
the
thing.
floor, like eating a bunch of Doritos and shit, giggling, like, What are you doing? I don't know. I just smoked something, I guess. I thought it was just tobacco.
The funny thing is I don't smoke at all, so
I can imagine you're probably pretty straight.
Yeah.
narrow.
No, not strict. It's just so
She's pretty straight.
funny.
now.
Pretty straight now.
funny story is that when I was in college on 420, someone smoked in a dorm, and it actually got me really sick. That's why.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't handle this. I don't know what it is. And
Sorry, I don't know why that makes me laugh.
Oh my
No, now that I
god.
think back on it, it's funny. And then ever since then, I'm just like, I don't want nothing to do with that. It's like,
Sounds like Melissa with alcohol. Her sisters got her so drunk that like to this day she's just like, no. I got her tipsy a couple times, but she's way more conscious now because they fucked it up for us. What the hell?
right. So yeah,
Rude.
Rude.
so that's how I'll
Dude.
be like, here you go. I'll hold it
Yeah.
for you.
There you go. We'll get you
I'll
some.
hold it for you.
We'll get you some microdose. Don't you worry.
We'll just slip it when she's not paying attention. Whoopsie.
Can't believe that happened. So I guess I'll let everyone know that you can follow
Mhm.
Emma with the links down below, plus Jen. And we'll put the
Yes.
podcast down below. So team, you're amazing. Down below, Rainith, team, social department. Let's put the links. So
Mhm.
check out real estate versus, well, this is real estate versus. Check out the Lift Off Experience. Check out Emma. And then check out an event that we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do just yet.
I feel like I told Jen when we had first pitched this idea, we should do it like
August,
back to
September.
school. Like,
Ooh.
but we'll do it like back to real estate, like as like a social media, like
Ooh.
back to,
Yeah. Back to social media, back to real
school,
estate.
back to social media. Yeah, something
Boom.
like that. We'll have a videographer. Maybe we'll have sandwiches. I love sandwiches.
That's what I
Maybe
like.
we'll have like pretzels.
Ooh.
Maybe like some carrot sticks and ranch.
For the pig.
No, for me, I love carrot sticks. Anyways, we're gonna have some food for sure. Again,
Yes.
and I love food.
I love food.
I love
Yeah.
food, and we'll for sure have some education as well.
education in the whole nine. Let's go.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah, we could do a live podcast. Who knows? We're gonna have some fun with this whole process,
Mhm.
and maybe even do like something where like we could up the ante, and whoever pays attention the most and goes through the process and actually gets like a, I don't know, maybe a lead or a closed deal within the first like 30 to 60 days, like maybe a lift off agent throw in a free website or something for one of these agents. Like we could do like
Ooh,
up
I
the
love
ante.
that.
Yeah, $2,500 value for free for following the fucking direction.
No,
That is very true though, because there's a
And-
lot of people that don't follow directions.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is actually a really good idea. I was going to say you could even do something smaller too, like even if they were to create like a good like a video or create something from what they've learned, like not even get business from it, like you do something smaller from that for them.
Yes.
Like I could give them like 3 free like shooting sessions or something like that. I don't know.
Awesome.
Just we can come up with something
I
fun.
like that. And if she does the shooting sessions, you know what we do? We do the editing. So you could do the shooting, we could do the editing. Boom, now it's on YouTube, it's on your website. So many opportunities here.
And
So,
it's nothing on the realtor.
ooh, even better.
You don't have to lift that pretty little finger.
And the fact that you
Show up.
stated an hour and 3 minutes, there's your welcome with our little outro of an amazing opportunity. So I don't know. Follow us. Social
Absolutely.
media's links down below. We'll see what comes up soon. And this has been
This is
awesome.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you
This is
for
just-
having me.
The beginning to so much more. Oh, of course. Now you know where we live. So we only have cats. I'm sorry, no dog to watch, but you're always welcome. And I'm looking forward to the events and what we can do in the future.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Like, subscribe, notification bell. And it is our intention to take things for an episode of Pod Your Business and More Success. So I don't know what they're going to take from this episode.
Build stronger relationships. There you go.
Don't just talk about business during
Ooh.
like business meetings.
Be personal.
Yeah, like
Keep it
this
fresh.
was Norman and I's first meeting. We could have just sat here and talked about real estate and
Mhm.
like how I got into the loan business and blah 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 blah. And we did a little bit.
A little bit.
Like, yeah, touch on that stuff, but like don't just talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes. And let that organically then unravel into, hey, how did you get in the real estate business? What? I'm curious. And that'd be for another podcast in the future. So if you like this episode, like, subscribe, notification bell, and let us know if you liked it. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, Felicia.